I don't know what just happened. I just made a 12, 13-minute video that is literally, I mean, I was watching it. I know that it was recording it, but I stopped it and it just went poof. So I may be poofing again here. No, I made a short 9-second one that didn't poof. I uh, I wanted to talk about an issue that came up. Um, I've got a very, very good friend in Canada who started this journey with me. It's, I mean, this whole journey, I, I'm not a really, really, really religious person. I believe in God in the form that I can comprehend. Um, and whether it was prayer or anguish or whatever, um, before I found I was neurodiverse, I was in a pretty dark place. I was getting into a darker and darker place. I'll put it that way. And I basically was dreading the fact that I would have much more life ahead of me. Um, I just, I'm pushing 60 right now, and I'm thinking, oh God, please, no, not 10 more years of this. Yeah, that's where I was. And I had that's when this different circumstances happened, and I ended up looking into Asperger's, and it was a complete life change. Well, that was the very beginning of the year. That was this, from what I can recall, it was the 2nd of January. Um, and I, within a few days, had private messaged one of the people that had a YouTube channel, and she got back a hold of me in about a couple weeks later, and we have been, our friendship has been just growing and growing and growing. And I say this because it's been a blessing. We've been actually been a blessing to each other's lives in so many ways. And tonight's just another case in point of that. Uh, we had a very good conversation tonight. We had both been very much isolating ourselves. I probably have, over the last 8 years, been increasingly isolating myself. It's probably been four or five that I've been pretty. I mean, I basically go to work, I come home, I'll go to the store on the weekends, and that's my life. That is my life. I'll also be here at the computer. That's my social life. So, and that's not really much of a life. It really isn't. And I think that's what we were talking about tonight. She, about 3 months ago, discovered, was actually when I had gone to visit her. She lives in Canada, and it was a magical visit for us both, for all different reasons, not different reasons, but of course we were affected in our own way, differently. But it gave her a chance to sort of pull back and look at her life, to start looking at her life in a new way. And she has been working on that since. Um, she had become very isolated herself. And we were talking about that tonight, is isolation with people who are on the spectrum. And that she said something I'm going to try to quote, but she basically, you're signing your permission slip for suicide when you accept that it's okay to further and further go down the route of isolation. And I think it's true, because there's not going to be much to live for. And I hate to, I mean, we both we both have experienced that, you know, and she's trying to get out of her hole, and I'm trying to get out of mine. And that's sort of the new direction. I mean, that's the direction I think I wanted to go ever since starting on this journey. Uh, that's what the promise was, so to speak. You know, if there was ever a moment where it sounds strange to say it this way, but you know, if the Lord works in mysterious ways, you know, I mean, what went through my mind when I found out that I was neurodiverse was that this is going to mean big changes. And that's a sort of a honeymoon period, you know, where, oh, it's just all great, it's all new and everything. And now it's kind of to the point where it's like, all right, the fun part's over. You know, the novelty is not over, it's still a novelty. But now it's time to do something with this insight, this gift. And a big thing is going to be to reverse this trend of isolation. And to all of you out there who are on this journey, if you're fortunate enough not to be isolated, please leave comments. I mean, there's a lot of us, and I'm in that camp. You know, a lot of us kind of need help getting out of the rut that we not. I don't mean you're going to help me out of this rut, but it does help. It does help to have support. It does help to have people that say, you know, I've been there even. I understand what you're going through. Or this is what I did. This is what helped me to get out. And maybe it'll be something that helps me, and I'll share with what I'm doing to help you too. And one of the things I was talking about with my friend, and I think these are all kind of universal things that will help, is that, of course, part of the isolation is being isolated from other people. And we, unfortunately, being neurodiverse, that's extra hard for us to be around people and to forge new relationships and to find value in them, to find value in ourselves. It's a lot to turn around. You know, it's like a big, huge, heavy ship that you want to reverse directions. You know, it doesn't just flip around. It's a long, slow curve, you know. And as I'm looking at what I need to do, it's bringing up literally all of the memories, all of those things that were so hard, all those things that I didn't deal with for multiple reasons. One, I didn't know about the neurodiversity. I didn't know there was a neurological issue here. You always want to say it's something about me. I'm weak. I'm bad. I'm cursed. I'm stupid. I'm lazy. I'm, you know, why can't I do something as simple as this or that? Or, you know, why is it so hard? And you just beat yourself to a pulp, you know. We are in a lot of ways our own worst enemies. And it is harder than heck to find the energy just to you know, say, okay, I'm going to change this. I mean, there is no other choice. Well, no. I mean, I'm not going to say with anything 100%, but the isolation has a very, very good possibility of taking you to a state of mind where you have no reason to live. Now, if you do something about it or not, that's another whole issue. But it will probably very surely get you into that state of mind. And maybe not. You know, there may be people out there. I don't know. I don't know. I've been isolated. Another thing we talked about tonight is I think you get to the point where you can no longer have you can't. I'll put this. When you've been isolated so long, it becomes normal. So that to try to see it as abnormal is very difficult. Um, because, hey, what's wrong with it? I'm fine. Are you? You know, am I? Anyway, here I am 10 minutes into this. But it's an interesting topic that I'm going to work with my friend. I'd like to work with anyone else out there. You know, I mean, um, leave comments. You know, I mean, I think the most valuable thing, if people come to this channel, is that they see good feedback and read people's comments. You know, because this is a pretty serious. This is it's potentially a life and death issue. It really is, because I know for 59 years what it's like um, living that life where it's just sort of an existence. It really is. Because you've tried about everything you can try, and you don't know what to do anymore. You really don't. You know, my last attempt to doing something about it, I think, was going to the doctor and saying, you know, there's an issue with fatigue. There's some issue I've got with fatigue, and it's more than the fatigue. I mean, it's a, a side effect or another symptom of the neurodiversity and the not having a, you know, if you can't bring the origin back to a neurological issue, and you keep treating it as a behavioral choice, I think that's where we get caught up. That's where we get so beaten down, because we beat ourselves down because we say, oh, everyone else is doing it, why can't I? You know. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm off. You're going on my 12-minute mark. Try to keep them shorter. But please leave your remarks. Feel free to send me a private message. And this is an issue I want to vlog about more here, because it's the new path. It's the path I've got to take, and I don't know where it's going to lead. I'm scared as heck to start on this, and maybe this will kind of give me a you know, I owe it to my YouTube channel to report on what I'm doing, and I don't want to look like a failure, right? So I better keep doing this. I don't want that to be the reason I do this. I really want it to be because it's for me. Not because everything my life has been always for someone else, and that's got to stop. You know, I know it's going to be worth the effort. I do, and I hope all of you realize that about yourself too. It's not going to be easy, but if it's rewarding, I don't think that's going to matter. If we finally start making the progress in the direction we've wanted to all of our lives, I think they'll reach a point where it's like, yeah, bring it on, you know, more, give me more. And I just hope that's true. So 14 minutes in, when I said 12 minutes ago, anyway. So thank you for watching, and thank you all for who are subscribing and following this. It means a lot to me, it does. Because you never know whether I'm just talking to myself or talking to other people and helping them out. And I've gotten some feedback, and it helps to have the feedback. Keeps me kind of motivated. So thank you all for your feedback. And tell me about your journey too. I'd love to hear from you. So I'll talk with you, or at you all soon, and see you then. Bye-bye.